it's worth interrogating how their pastoral practice works. Just asking questions about that regularly. I like the idea of signposting on the church's website how pastoral practice works, so you know what to expect and what not to expect, and so you know if you have any concerns how you could raise it, well. Incidentally, that does raise another question, which is, are leaders part of the church's safeguarding policy? We're generally speaking good at doing that with the way we safeguard children or vulnerable adults, but how do we safeguard against manipulative leadership practice? I think it's worth thinking about those things as well. But let me give you a very practical example. If somebody shares confidential pastoral information with the pastor, where does that information go? I think that should be signposted ideally on a church website. So somebody's going to know, okay, well, does that go to the pastor's wife? Does that go to the other elders? Does that go to their wives? Am I going to share something and next week it's going to be all around the church? Let's just safeguard these things by saying clearly how we work and how we don't work. The person who puts that in place best is the person who's least likely of going wrong in these ways. Because if somebody does raise a concern, you can at the very least say, look, here's an objective way that we just test that, rather than it's all mystical and nobody really quite knows how it works. So no, you can see by the church's policy on the website, this was within the bounds. Or, no, that wasn't within the bounds, was it? We really mucked up there. We're really sorry. How do we put that right? So transparency, I think, is the critical thing. Accountability is the next critical thing. So I think that the crucial thing there is elders, or whatever the equivalent is in your ecclesiological structure, legitimate scrutineers have to be able to legitimately scrutinize. The congregation doesn't need to be able to. Suppose there is a delicate pastoral matter that is of public concern, but you just can't reveal the details. A congregation member doesn't have the right to go to the pastor or an elder and say, tell me all the details of that. They do have the right to go to the legitimate scrutineers who the church has appointed to do that and say, can you just give me confidence that you've done this, that the process has been good, as opposed to stuff just brushed under the carpet or whatever it is. And the point at which the legitimate scrutineer can't say, yeah, I've got sight on that, at that point you know there's a problem. Process, structure, the right people doing the right scrutinizing. No unaccountable leaders.